Avenal sand rigs. We're getting ready for the quarterfinals of the Saturday Pro Gambler. We have 8 cars left. There's 8 cars left. Just like last night's race, we had the faster half and the slower half. So here we go, first pair. It's gonna be Jack Bone and Chris Wells. Racers from the Northwest, both of these guys from up in Washington. Both regulars at Albany Sand Drags. They're gonna face off here at the round of 8. So Jack Bone will be here in the near lane in the green Jeep. And he'll be facing off with Chris Wells in the small block Chevy Power Buggy. 424 the dial for Jack Bone. Chris Wells turns it red over on the far side. He was pretty amped up for that one and left just a touch too early. So Jack Bone will continue on to the round of 4, and he'll race the winner of this pair. It's going to be Kenny Hayes over on the far side out of Buckeye, Arizona, up against Mike Jack out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Both of these guys among the furthest travelers for this weekend's race. So Kenny Hayes over on the far side up against Mike Jack. Mike in the suddenly broke dragster. Mike's been putting down some 340 laps. Kenny Hayes is normal 350s. We'll see who will go to the semifinals in tonight's Pro Gambler. Going to go to Kenny Hayes. It looked like Mike Jack, he lurched it in way deep. Threw himself off. So Kenny Hayes is moving on to the next round. Next up will be Sam Montgomery here in the near lane up against John Huff in this all Jeep battle. Win goes to the far lane. John Huff turning on the wind light in the hanging loose Jeep. John has been putting down some really good laps in that Jeep the last few rounds. He's going to be tough as we go on in this deal. And that leaves us with 1 pair left here at the round of 8. It's going to be Guillermo Martin Del Campo in the great looking Ford truck. And it's an all truck battle. So face off with Ken Seifert in the Master Blaster Dodge over on the far side. Looks like we're waiting for Guillermo to get suited up and get strapped in the truck. Folks, you probably can't tell, and I'm not going to show you guys because it's going to screw up our light again, but it's getting dark. We are trying to beat the sunset going down. It doesn't do anything. But yeah, the sun is setting behind the mountains over there. So we're losing daylight very quickly, and we don't have lights here at Avenal Sand Drag, so we're gonna try to wrap this thing up tonight. So it's gonna be pretty fast-paced. Hopefully these guys can keep up. So we got Jack Bone against Kenny Hayes, and John Huff will race the winner of this pair, Guillermo Martin Del Campo and Ken Seipert. Great to see Ken out here in the Master Blaster this weekend. Daryl brought out his top Eliminator dragster, the team out of Vegas. Great to see them bring both cars out this weekend. I'm not sure, we got some drama back there in the lanes. Guillermo trying to get ready to go. I'm not sure if he's on a clock yet or what we got going, but we're burning daylight pretty quickly here. It's getting down right to it. Gotta get this thing done. So, like I said, we're in the quarterfinals right now. One last pair left. Looks like they just delivered him a nitrous bottle. All right. So we're holding up the show. Got to get the nitrous bottle in and ready to go. So you're watching the National Sanddrag News live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. Ah, the better looking of the two banners. There you go. We're at Avenal Sanddrags in Avenal, California for the 2018 Avenal Sanddrag Spring National. Hey, you can kind of see right there how dark it is. There you go. Got the white. When it goes back to the white there, we're in good shape. Last night I got it to where the background was the dark blue like the sunset is right here, and we could barely see the cars go up to the starting line. So, all right. Got the battle of the trucks waiting on them. Finish out this round. Great day racing here at Avenal Sanddrag. We had really good racing in the sportsman classes earlier on today. Our friend Mr. Kenny Hayes going for a double up today. He already took the Sportsman 1 victory. Dave Parker was your Sport 2 winner, and Matthew Wilson was your Sport 3 winner. Motorcycle Sport 1 went to Mr. Mark Ratliff, and Motorcycle Sport 2 was young Tyler Hanrahan taking the win. Well, it looks like the nitrous bottle's in. Guillermo's cranking it up. Guillermo Martin Del Campo, near lane. Ken Seipert in the far lane. Over to the far lane, Mr. Ken Seipert in the Master Blaster. He's going to go down to the round of 4 here in the Saturday Night Pro Gambler. So we're going to do a quick clean of the track, and we'll be back with the next round down to the semifinals. So who's everybody got? We got Kenny Hayes, the winner of sport class earlier today. He won a bunch of rounds in last night's Gambler. We got Jack Bone. Jack had a really good season up in the Northwest at Albany Sanddrags. He he got a few sportsman class wins, a few pro class wins. He had a good season up there. We got John Huff in the Hangin' Loose Jeep. They also race quite a bit up in Oregon at Albany. They split their time between the Northwest and down here in Central and Southern California. And then we got Ken Seipert in the Master Blaster out of Vegas. We don't see him very often, but when he shows up, he goes rounds. So you have 4 tough contenders going for the big money here tonight. Who's it gonna be? So it's 3 Jeeps and 1 truck. It's like John, Jack, Kenny, they're all in their cars ready to go, helmets on. We'll see what kind of cool down time Ken needs, hopefully not much. It's getting dark, guys. Hopefully we can get this in. Yes, Fast 4 is done for the night. Heads up classes, we ran their last qualifier earlier on. We had 2 Fast 4 cars here this weekend, John Cronin and Sally Rasmussen. And John ran a 290, was his best this weekend. He's been running really, really well for that car, the Meltdown 2 car. He ran, I believe, a pair of 290s and a pair of 291s, so he's made 4 very consistent passes this weekend. All right, they're giving the signal to start. It's going to be Jacobone and Kenny Hayes. Here at 4 cars, semifinals in the Saturday Pro Gambler. Kenny Hayes turning on the wind light down there. Both of them looked like they hit the tree really good, but it's Kenny Hayes, your winner, going to the final in tonight's Pro Gambler. Next up, we got John Huff in the near lane and Ken Seipert in the far lane. And the wind light to the far side, Ken Seipert is your winner. John Huff turned it red. He double bulbed it, drove it in really deep, and unfortunately it bit him on that one, turning on the red light. So it's going to be Kenny Hayes and Ken Seipert, the battle of the Kens. Who's going to win it? Who's everybody got their money on? So John Huff was 045 red on that one. That was the number. So we've got Kenny's coming right back. We'll have Ken Seipert back for the final here in the Saturday Pro Gambler. So once again, we are at Avenal Sand Drags in Avenal, California. You're watching the National Sand Drag News live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. Tractors are heading back this way. We'll see what, see how much cool down time these two will need. Getting pretty dark, but I think we should have enough daylight to finish this one out, be able to race them safely. So we're getting ready for the final round. The final of Saturday night here in Avenal, California. Looks like Kenny's in his car ready to go. Let's see what I think Ken's staying in. But we should have a final here pretty quick. Kenny Hayes in the near lane, Ken Seipert in the far lane. Got some headlights on the tractors. We've definitely been fighting the time constraints here today. With this race being a week later than normal, the sun's definitely going down a little quicker than we're used to here. Well, it appears to me like both racers are ready to go, so we should have a signal here to fire them up pretty quick for your Saturday night Pro Gambler final between Kenny Hayes and Ken Seipert. So Kenny Hayes out of Phoenix, well, Buckeye, Arizona, but it's the Phoenix area, up against the Vegas racer, Ken Seipert. We'll see who can take home the big money tonight. See Linda's on here watching her hubby go down the track. See if Kenny can make it 2 wins on today. He won the Sportsman 1 class earlier on. And he's definitely been making some laps today in his Jeep. You guys look around. See all the lights over there? That's the Avenal State Prison. Big landmark here in the Avenal area. Surrounded by farmland. The sign heading into town says this is the pistachio capital of the world. So one more run for tonight. It's going to be Kenny Hayes and Ken Seipert in the Pro Gambler final. Giving them a couple minutes of cool down, it looks like. Yep, I should hurry up and get this done. It's getting darker and darker. Here we go. Giving the signal to start. Kenny Hayes near lane, Ken Seipert in the far lane. Finish off tonight's racing. And your winner of the far side, Ken Seipert's taking home the big money tonight in the Master Blaster Dodge truck. So Ken Seipert is your Pro Gambler winner. Looks like Kenny Hayes turned it red. Let's see how much he went red by. How red was it? 14. All right. 014 red was the number for Kenny Hayes. So that'll put a wrap on Saturday's racing here at the 2018 Avenal Sandjag Spring Nationals. Thank you for following along here on the National Sandjag News coverage. live stream together. Good Vibrations Motorsport. Thanks, guys. We'll be back tomorrow for more racing action.